That's the logic. And you can have a questionnaire where your certain items are measured on 5 point, certain on 7 point, certain on 4 point. It makes no difference because SEM kya karta hai? It standardizes everything. What SEM does, it standardizes all your measures. So it doesn't make a difference that some items are 7 points, some items are 5 points, or some items are 9 points. It doesn't make a difference. SEM सारे scale को standardize कर देता है. Getting?
Sir, इसका भी कोई base होता है कि हम 3 point लेंगे, 5 point लेंगे, 7 point?
Yes and no also. Yes is when the original developers of scale, they have proposed say 5 items. I'll go with that. But I feel no, 5 items is not, I'm not finding it interesting, or I'll give it 7 items. It's up to you. But nothing wrong. See, always take the pointers which the original authors have taken. If they have said 5, you also stick to 5. But if you are making it 7 point, no harm with that. Still, the question remains the same. You have not changed the question. The statement, let's say, most of my purchases are planned in advance. It was 5 items. You added 7 items. The question is not changed. Still, you can go ahead with it. Only don't manipulate this, because when manipulations comes here, there are validity issues. Don't delete and say I will not take these 3 items. No, you can't do on your own. Yes, okay. So these are the items, effective cognitive only. Somebody develop a scale. It's a beautiful paper. It's there. Old. I think this paper, it's very old paper. I think so. I used to discuss in my earlier workshops. So this is 2015. But by the way, guys, friends, sorry. That link which I have sent to Shabana ma'am, I think she have shared with you, no? I will upload few more EFA papers which have been published very recently in A-star journals. So that link I will keep on adding, because while I was leaving from my college, I forgot to add some extra papers. So, but I will keep on adding to that, and that link ma'am, you have shared the link with all, so that link will be active. Okay? Yes. Now what we'll do, I think we have, how much time sir we have? Sir? Acha, काफी अच्छा time है हमारे पास. Okay. So now what we will do is that, see friends, what I'll do, huh? Okay. See, yes. Okay. Now see, friends, if you remember, this link has been shared with you. So if you open the link, there are books, there are practice data set, there are R syntax. See, so this is R syntax. Today morning I uploaded EFA.R. EFA.R. This is uploaded. Yes. So you can download and keep in the folder BHU. Okay. And this is reading material. So here what I do, let me add this Aruna Ranganathan's paper here. File upload. Aruna Ranganathan's paper. So this Ranganathan paper is here. So this paper you'll find Aruna Ranganathan's paper here also. Okay. And these are some of the EFA papers that I have uploaded. EFA papers. You should read EFA papers wherever EFA has been applied to develop your measure. Okay? Yes. Now what I do, friends, all of you just pay attention. I want all of you to refer to this data, learning.sav. You see, this is a SPSS file. The SPSS has this extension called .sav. So this is an SAV file. Now this is my data. I wrote a paper, I think 5 years back, and it was published in UGC Care Journal. Getting, and I have done EFA. Okay. So this paper is published in Indian Journal of Open Learning. I collected data from my students, ran EFA, but I did a mistake. I didn't divide the data. Yes. Okay. So now what I'll do, friends, all of you just pay attention. So we'll use that learning data. So this is BHU folder, and here I have this data called learning data. No, see what I'll do is that, friends, all of you just pay attention. Now I have SPSS installed. By the way, I have given SPSS to ma'am also, Shabana ma'am, and ma'am, I will also share. You can share. I will also share Amos with you. I have an Amos also with me. So this the beauty of this workshop is that you will get so many softwares also. But I would insist, don't rely on this this proprietary software. These are all pirated version. But since okay, so what I'll do, I'll open my SPSS. This is my SPSS I'm opening. This is SPSS 22 cracked version. Chori kiya hua. Okay, no licenses. As of now, current version is SPSS 29, which gives very beautiful results. So what I'll do first, this is my SPSS, this has two tabs, data tab and variable tab. Yes? Now click on this, if I click on this, I want to bring my learning file here. So here, yes, so here I will simply go and go to my, let's say desktop. I'll go to desktop, and desktop there is a BHU folder, okay, and in BHU there is a data folder, okay, and there is the learning data. Yes? Should I repeat once again? Yes. Yes. Sir. Okay, again see, see, by the way I'll do this in R also. I was told by Rajnish sir, use SPSS also, but I never teach SPSS. I dislike SPSS. So, okay. So this is SPSS. So click on this. The moment you click this, you get a window. Now here you click. Now my data is on desktop. So here I will go and select my desktop. So this is my desktop, and in desktop there is a folder called BHU. So I'll click.
Where do we find that file?
Where? See, that file you have to download and keep it. See friends, what I do. See, okay ma'am. It's a very. By the way, I should have told you all these things. See, normally what you should do. See, what you can do is that, no. See ma'am, you have this. You have to simply go to this practice data set and just download this. So I'll do it for you. I'll just download this.
There are three. No.
As of now, we use data.
Learning. Okay.
So this practice data set I am downloading. I think it will take time. See, it is downloading. Okay. Now you click, you get a zip folder. You have to just unlock this zip and just copy this. Control C, and you can keep it on your desktop. Paste. See, this is a practice data set. So now here also that data is there, and in BHU also I have kept that data. Okay. So you have to create this folder on your desktop. Now see what I'll do. This is SPSS. Are you able to do, ma'am? You have SPSS in your machine?
Version 31st.
Version 30?
31.
I said, you see, America is far advanced than India. They have an edge, literally. They come from a very great country. They are very innovative set of people. I was just talking in the morning why much theories don't come from India, why from US. So by the way, OCB came from US only. So, and there's a very interesting story about OCB. One research scholar, she was suffering from cancer. I'm forgetting her name, she died. And the other scholars took her work. OCB, if you read about, because my thesis on OCB, so 4 or 5 people were working, one female, she died. And others they developed OCB and gave citations to her. I'm forgetting the name of that, so many things are going in the head. But see, 31 version she is using. My college bias, it is using 29 version. Version 29, I thought there is no version about 29, but she challenged my assumption, 31 is there. Great to you, ma'am. Thanks. Good participants really make the workshop good.
You asked, I didn't challenge you, right? So when you said the latest version is 29, I'm sitting quietly and it's like,
You
okay,
should challenge me.
it's okay, but you asked.
Great.
I didn't apply.
I would very happy that, I'll tell you an interesting question. I was invited in a place in Karnataka. So, Karnataka is in India. So, somebody invited me, I went there. So, I was just talking to all of them. It was a faculty development program, and once I finished, one person got up, I completely disagree with you. I completely disagree with you. I don't agree to whatever you said. This is not how things are. And literally he had to be held. If it was not a formal place, he would have really pounced on me. So, but good, great. And see, again, we all have limitations with our cognitive process. The lady is correct. She is using 31 version. So I think this is the highest version in my opinion, because the SPSS version that I have in my machine at institute, it is version 29. But 31 is even ahead. But now the question is, if you use 31, if you use 29, if you use 22, will it give different result? Yes and no. Yes and no. I say yes and no. I was running one analysis in 29 and in cracked version 22, two different results.
Wow.
Yes, it has happened with me. So I was teaching for MBA students, so in my college that TV is, that college 29 is there. So it was giving me different result. When I was running with my laptop 22 giving different result, it happens. That's why I don't think people will reject your paper just because of the versions that you are using it. But it is advisable to use the latest one. It is advisable to use the latest one. Okay, but doesn't matter. If we are wrong and she can produce the analysis, she can guide us. Okay? And anyway, all workshops are two-way learning process. It's not one-way. Knowledge should come from all sides. Yes, okay. So I'll click on this. And here I will go to desktop. And desktop here I will click on BHU. And here basically we data, open. And this is learning data. I'll simply open this. Yes? If you have SPSS, you can try this with me. The data is brought into the system. By the way, what is this data all about? Let's understand this data before running EFA, friends. Okay. So again, this is another stupid research that I did some 5 years back. Okay. So I was a college professor and I did this research. So see, Corona was in peak. I'll tell you the thought process of this paper, how this paper developed. August 2020, everywhere in India there was lockdown. And Mumbai, at that time I was part of Mumbai University. So Mumbai University came out with a circular on August 7, 2020 that lectures has to be shifted online. And online was new to India at that point in time for majority of university kids or university goers. So when a college meeting happened online, everybody started cribbing. How would student learn? People don't have internet. There will be audibility issues. Yes, people won't be motivated. How can you teach practical subject online? Just imagine the conversation that was happening in that meeting. So at that time I was interested in all this skill development, reading EFA papers and all. I said whatever people said, let me make them as statements. So it was college meeting happening over I think Zoom and all. And whatever people said, I just drafted it as a statement. No content validity, no face validity, nothing. This is one of my initial research. Yes? Okay? And then see, I drafted all the question, added 5-point Likert scale to. Yes, see the question, see. So, I experience problem like headache, eye pain, etc. while I learn online. So, faculties were talking, I listened to them. Also, if I remember, I went ahead and talked to students. कि online lecture में क्या problem होता है? What problems do you face when you learn online? So whatever people said, whatever I heard in that staff meeting, whatever I heard in students meeting, I created statements for it. Yes? See, I experience problem like headache, eye pain, etc. while I learn online. Regular online classes contributes to my stress. The joy of learning is missing in online lectures. I find it difficult to concentrate while I attend online lectures. Electricity disruption affects my online classes. Network issue affects my online lectures. Limited internet data with me affects my online lectures and all these things. So I generated 25 items. But this is mindless item generation. No content validity, no space validity. But still this paper has got to in a UGC CARE journal, and then I added demographics questions to it. Age, gender, graduation, first year, second year, third year, and college name and all this, optional. And this data then it was collected, and on the same scale this has 25 items, and here if you see in the variable view this has 25 items. And the sample size is, let's say, the sample size here if you see it's 488, I think 489. Sample size is 489. A decent sample, 489 is decent, no? Nobody will question it. Now what I do, now see, now I want to see all these 25 items are nesting under how many factors. I want to explore the factor structure in this data. So what I will do, I will run EFA. So how to run EFA? Come on. Analyze dimension reduction. See, EFA is known as dimension reduction technique. So analyze dimension reduction factor, yes. Now what I'll do, I'll control A, select all and simply take it here to the left hand side, sorry right hand side. Descriptives I want KMO and Bartlett test. Descriptives I want KMO and Bartlett test. KMO stands for sampling adequacy and Bartlett test of sphericity. It means all the items should have correlation. Correlation hoga tabhi highly correlated item will be grouped together. See, what's the idea of EFA? It will group highly correlated item as together. Assumption is that they are coming from a common factor. They are coming from a common factor. Yes? Okay? By the way, KMO and Bartlett test have become redundant, but still people report it. Don't use justification that your KMO test or KMO values are closer to 1, it means sample size is adequate. No. Of late this test have become redundant. This is what I got to know. Yes, okay. And then this is continue. Extraction. Extraction may I want a scree plot, or keep as it is. If you want fixed number of factors, let's say you know the factor structure a priori. You know that there are only 2 factors, effective and combinative. So here you can tick and make it 2. Like if I was doing impulsive buying tendency, I know that I have collected data on 2 dimensions, effective and cognitive. But in this 25 items, I don't know which factor will go where. So I will simply keep this as default. But if you know the underlying factor structure, go and fixate it. 2, 3, 4, whatever you want, you keep it. And this is continue. And rotation, please go for Varimax. Rotation go for, see there are so many other rotation, Quantimax, EQmax, Promax. You can change the rotation. If you are not getting a clear picture, no, Varimax doesn't give a good picture, change and see, check for Promax. So there are different rotation techniques. You should, this is all iterative process, you should try. If Varimax is giving you good, it's okay. Otherwise change Promax. But most popular, in most of the research, you find Varimax. You find Varimax. Any question, ma'am? Okay. Yes. Okay. Then scores. If you want, you can save the variables as scores, and later they can be used as constructs for checking the relationship. Remember, see, this is a very important point. Initially, you should not save as variables, but see, factor analysis you have to run 1, 2, 3 times till you get a clear picture. Once you get the clear picture, now you should save them as variables, and then you have the variables. All the factors will come under 4 or 5 variables. Now later they can be used to model some relationship. But as of now, I am going by default. Options here. Let's say I want sorted by size. Sorted by size means it should be arranged. And later on, if I want, I will suppress small coefficients. Again, see what I have done. Please check this. This is very important. In descriptives, I have ticked KMO and Bartlett test. In extraction, I have just clicked scree plot. In rotation, I have fixated to Varimax. Didn't touch anything. Scores, as of now, I am not doing anything. In options, I am simply clicking on sorted by size. That's it. And say continue.
So, are we doing EFA right here?
Yes, we are doing EFA. I think extraction may, yes, this should change. Yes, very good. Nice observation. See, please understand, whenever you are running EFA, PCA is not the preferred choice. The preferred choice is principal access factor. Yes, whenever you are running EFA, you can't, there are reviewers who might question you that PCA is not EFA. And by the way, I have uploaded one, by the way, I am reducing it, I am taking it principal access factoring. You will find so many papers in early 2000s or before 2000, people were using PCA as EFA. So of late, I have uploaded one paper. I'll show you that paper. And but let me run this. I'll show you that paper where it is telling that PCA is not EFA, and it's a very valid paper because lot of methodological nuances come over the period of time. So I'm simply clicking OK. So the moment I clicked OK, please see this. What is my KMO test? KMO test values are closer to 1. It means my sample size is decent. What is my KMO value? 0.944. Yes? Anybody getting different answer? Different version? Same answer? Good. Great. Then you see the Bartlett test of sphericity, this should be significant. When I say significant, it should have a p-value less than 0.05. So see, it means both the tests are passing. You see any paper, people report KMO and Bartlett test. Though this test have become redundant of late, but still people report it. So you should report that your KMO test is okay and your Bartlett test is significant. Okay? And this is your communality. Let it be. We are not focusing on this communality. See, this you can see this table, third table, total variance explained. Now this is telling that I am getting 4 factors. How? See this, you have to focus on this eigenvalue. See, see, initially what EFA will do, it will say all items are factors. But when you see the total variance explained, here this is first factor, the eigenvalue is 10, second factor the eigenvalue is 2, third factor eigenvalue is 1, fourth factor eigenvalue is 1.0168, and after this is dropping. So if your eigenvalue goes below 1, you should stop. It means there are no additional factors. And here also you can say all 4 factors together are explaining 50% of your variance. See, here you can see first factor. This is my first factor. First factor, it is contributing cumulative variance of 38. Second factor is contributing cumulative variance of 7. Third factor is contributing cumulative variance of 2. And fourth factor again it is contributing cumulative variance of 2. Is that clear? And overall it is making what? Cumulative variance of 50.73, and this value should be greater than 50. This should be greater than 50. If it is less than 50, it means you have to reduce the number of factors. Then you have to constrain it to 3 and check if this is increasing. Yes? Okay? So as of now, when I relied on the machine output, I am getting 4 factors. And all these 4 factors together, they are explaining 50% of variance. Now there are citations available that what is the threshold. So this should be above 50. Just remember this. This cumulative value, this should be above 50. However, there are papers where people have found cumulative variance in 40s also. You see earlier papers in before 2000s. I have seen some papers where the cumulative variance was 42, 43 also. But of late it is not recommended. People say it should be 50 and above. Okay, so here it gives me a clear picture that there are 4 factors. Yes. Scree plot, again scree plot is nothing but you are just diagrammatically representing this first column. 10, 2, 1, 1. So scree plot will not give you much, but you see where is the elbow. So elbow actually takes here only. But scree plot visualization is not the correct way of identifying factors. You should rely on thresholds numbers. Scree plot is just for information. But here scree plot, it is telling this is first factor and see suddenly there is a drop. This is the second factor, third factor, after third factor, max to max here I will go. But later on everything is becoming same. But scree plot will not help you to decide much. This is better here, see how many factors are there, 4 factors. Okay. And this is factor matrix. This is I'm not interested. I will see this rotated factor matrix. Now what I do, this is rotated factor matrix. This will help me to understand which items are loading on which factor. Rotated factor matrix will help me to understand which factors are loading on which factor. So I will simply copy this and take it to Excel lab. I will simply copy this and take it to Excel. This is my Excel lab. Okay. So what I've done, I'll simply copy this. Yeah, okay. See. Now Excel will help me to understand things better. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, yes. See, first factor, First factor you see maximum up till here, I think. So let me mark it red and keep it in the center. Now see. First factor is loading when you first item, this is your item, this is your Q1, Q2, Q3, 25 items. See the first item, I have difficulty learning in online classes. It is loading very heavily on first factor and there is no cross loading. There is no cross loading. So there is no issue with this first item. It is loading very clearly on the first factor. The weights are high on the first factor. See the second factor. You see it is loading heavily on first. Here it is slightly loading, but no, the picture is clear. It is loading heavily on the first factor. It means this item belongs to factor 1. Now see the third item, see the problem. Third item on first factor 0.613, second factor 0.407. Now this is cross loading. This is cross loading means the difference, if the difference is less than 0.30, see the difference of 0.63 minus 0.407. So if I do calculate the difference here, let's say equal to
206.
This minus this, and if I press enter, so if the difference is less than 0.30, it means there is cross loading. It means people are seeing this item loading here also, here also. Now this is the case of a cross loading. Now what should you do if you find cross loadings with the items? What should you do? Come on. The floor is open, there is no wrong answer. Yes. One thing is that, see, removing an item is loss of data. You can check, see, first of all, this is your data, your questionnaire. It is for you to decide how many factors are there. But still, cross-loading is there, I will try to delete it. If I don't delete it, it will create discriminant validity issue. Understand discriminant validity issue? When we run CFA, that discriminant validity concerns will rise. That's why EFA is the first empirical test of your data. In EFA you clean it, then you run CFA, and in CFA you drop all those items. That will be more valid. Some questions are quite interesting. Huh? Yes. So now I will just mark this as yellow because I want to delete this, because the difference between two factors is less than 0.30. So now I will delete this item. I am marking it, let's say, as yellow color. Huh? Now see, online lectures will not enable me to score well in exam. This is loading very clearly on fourth. There is no cross loading. See, difference is greater than 0.30. Teaching is not effective in online lectures. See, there is cross loading. See, the difference is less than 0.30. So this item has to be deleted. Yes. Next, my doubts are not solved properly in online classes. See, there is no cross loading issue. It's loading perfectly here. I will not drop this. See this one. Practical subjects are difficult to understand in online mode. No cross loading. See, the difference is not greater than 0.30. So there is no cross loading issues here. Okay. By the way, somebody might question this. This item has to first get content validity done. In phase validity, people check grammatical issues also. It should not be a double-barreled question, that one question conveying two meaning. Just remember, this is a very crude way of asking. So there will be flaw with this question, and because of the flaw in the construction of the sentence, issue of cross-loading might prop up. That's why content validity and phase validity are very important, which has not been done in this research. Though this was the initial research when I was in my learning phase. Okay, but I normally use this data to guide people. Okay. Interaction with teachers is poor in online lectures. See, the difference is less than 0.30. I will think of deleting this. I'll think of deleting this. Yes. Next, here you see there is an issue of cross loading. Can you see? Cross loading. Again, I will think of deleting this. Means I will rerun the EFA. See, EFA is an iterative process. Unless you get the clear picture, then see this one. Here there is a clear picture. I do not have a conducive home environment to attend online lectures. Yes, ma'am.
So here you find in problems with the items, right? But maybe the problem is with the factors, because in the setup of the analysis, you said that we can put it eigenvalue 1 and it gave you 4 factors, or you can put it like a number of factors 3.
Okay.
And for example, if you have 3 and 1 and 2 are one factor, then you don't have this problem at all, right? Yeah, lots of items
see,
are the same, but...
yeah. See, I'll tell you one thing. when you are designing your items, let's say, now do you know the factors a priori? If you know the, see in the impulsive buying tendency, the person said I included only those items which either fit into cognitive or affective. So the person has a priori information that there are two factors. If you have a priori information, of late people said don't go for EFA, straight away go for CFA. If you have a priori information. If you have a priori information that you have 4 factors and your items are accordingly designed as per 4 factors, no need to go for EFA. This is the latest innovation. Straight away go for CFA if you know the factor structure. In fact, in the earlier research of marketing tendency, the authors could have skipped EFA because they know the factor structure. When you do not know the factor structure, you should go for EFA. Now, what is my argument in this? I am telling, even if you know the factor structure, confirm it through EFA. I might sound confusing. I might sound confusing. I am saying there are people, when they know the factor structure, since I know factor structure, accordingly items has been chosen, they straight away skip the EFA, go for CFA. But I don't recommend this. Yes, I don't recommend this, and there are lot many papers. Though they know the factor structure, but still they go for EFA. Why? Because to check whether my alignment of question is fitting as per those. And this 25 question that I picked up randomly, I never knew the factor structure. Whatever faculty said in the meeting, whatever students, my personal interaction, I just placed it as it is. Which should not have been done. Yes, you have to have a proper procedure of putting items in your question. You can't mindlessly put your questions. I hope I've answered you.
Thank you.
So now, in fact, this cross-loading issues would have been minimized if content validity and phase validity would have been done. Okay. So now, again, here you see there is clear-cut cross-loading. See cross-loading 36, almost same. And see, almost see, I find it boring to attend online lecture. See, now from here you see here, from here you see all are loading on the second factor. See, getting? See from here second factor, and here you see this is up till third factor, and you see these two are loading on the fourth factor. Can you see this? So wherever is the highest, it means it is loading there. But here also you can delete. See, 338, 698, no difference. 42, 46, no difference. This is also no difference. See, second factor picture is pretty clear. Second factor, not much deleting, huh? But yes, this has to be deleted. This has to be deleted, yes. Even this has to be deleted because see, cross loading is there. Difference is not greater than 0.30. Okay. Now here you see third factor, see all red color. Can you see cross loading anywhere? Cross loading? No cross loading. Third factor picture is pretty sorted. No deleting anything. Any doubt, any query whatsoever?
सर इसमें एक बार फिर से रिपीट कर दीजिए
किसको?
क्रॉस लोडिंग जो आप देख
Cross loading देखो ना यहाँ पे देखो. See this question. The joy of learning is basic in online lectures. Here it is 429. It is loading heavily on the second factor. But you see here also it is loading. The difference is not much. And what should be the difference? At least 0.30 का difference होना चाहिए between two items. 0.30 का difference होना चाहिए at least 0.30 का. Here you see इधर सब जगह difference. आप देखो यहाँ पे here it is loading the greatest and next it is loading greatest here. So the difference is greater than 0.30. Getting here also see here it is loading maximum and उसके बाद here. And difference of this and this, of course it is greater than 0.30. So if you focus on this, the picture is pretty clear. There is no much cross-loading issues. See the last one, 0.733, no cross-loading. See, 0.544. See, 36544. The difference is less than 0.30. Now see. First of all, is there a sacrosanct rule that difference should be 0.30? Answer is no. But normally people see in EFA, no, we try to delete some of the items which potentially might influence your validity concerns in CFA. So that's why a threshold people normally see is 0.30. Even if you read lot of EFA papers, so then people report all these factor loadings. There you can see how they, and you'll find that even people have kept loadings, even if the difference is less than 0.30. People have kept it. People have kept it. Even if the difference is less than, let's say, 0.30, let's say the difference is 0.25, people still have retained those items. It is your data, it is your call. But in future, if you have a discriminated validity issue with reference to discriminant validity, then it's better to delete it first.
सर एक क्वेश्चन ये था
Yes.
कि इस फैक्टर से कौन सा आइटम
हाँ, that बताता हूँ आगे का step है. So this is the first EFA that we have ran. Now what we will do is that now this, see, the difference is 0.54, and let's I'm very rigid, but see the last two questions. Last two questions are creating one factor. So if I delete this, so I cannot have a factor with one item. Factor at least should have 3 items, please. Whenever you are running SEM, please see to it that at least 3 items are there. Otherwise, reliability issue will pop up. Later on, I have to report the reliability issues also. If you are running SEM, see to it that you have measures which is quite lengthy, 3, 4, 5, ऐसा. Because let's say if certain items are vitiating your reliability, you will go and delete that. But let's say if in the last item, if I remove it, I will have a factor with one item which is not recommended. So even if the difference of loading is less than 0.30, I am going to retain it. Getting?
So
Yes.
I have a doubt. In that item which has a loading of 0.332, is there a benchmark of what is the loading cutoff for the loading?
It
Because
should
I
be,
read-
yes, normally people say it should be above 0.50. People consider 0.50, but there are some papers where people also have taken 0.40.
Somewhere
Somewhere,
beyond
somewhere.
0.4.
So, but I would say ki, take it 0.40 and above. 0.40 and above, please take it. Yes, okay?
Also one more doubt. For the last factor which has only 2 items, will I retain that factor or will I lose it because you are suggesting
See,
only 3?
here no, in the last factor I am not deleting. Even if the difference is less than 0.30, I am not deleting because I don't want a factor with one item.
No, that's not my question. I'm asking if I'll retain that factor because it has only 2 items. Since you are telling...
See, as of now I will retain it. As of now I will retain it. But
even if it has only 2 items...
see, now, see, I'll tell you. Now if I rerun the analysis, no. Earlier it says there are 4 factors. Now if I delete 5, 6 items, then now it will say there are 3 items. So automatically that question will merge somewhere else. See, as of now with 25 items I am getting 4 factors. And there are cross-loading issues. So if I delete all the cross-loading item, no, later on it will say there are 3 factors only. Because I am allowing machine to decide the factors. I am not deciding the factor. So now with 25, 4, if I reduce 5, 6, it might suggest that there are 2 factors or 3 factors. So let machine take a call. Machine will decide how many there are. So if I delete, it's a very interesting question though. If I delete all this cross-loading, see what's the picture. Yes ma'am.
Could you then instead delete one by one? So I delete one, the most problematic item, right? And which cross-loads, and then I rerun and see how
One by one, I think it will not solve much of the problem because there are terrible cross-loading issues here. So one by one, it will consume a lot of time. Though you can try and see how it. See anyway. See, first of all, please understand. This is your research. This is your item. Yes. Now, if you want to retain certain items, you can retain it, and you can argue that yes, these are the issues. But still, the scientific criteria is that if there are cross-loading issues, you better delete it. See, there is no sacrosanct rule as far as how the EFA result should be produced. But what the convention says that if there is cross-loading, you can think of deleting it because it should not create problem in future. One by one, try and see if you get a better picture. But it will not solve issue in this data given that there are serious cross-loading issues with many items. So in my opinion, I will go and delete all those items at one go, ma'am, rather than trying one by one. But still you can try if you get a better picture. It's well and good. Some people will say, okay, Varimax is not giving me good, I will go for Promax, I will go for Equimax. That also can be tried.
So, but generally it is suggested that for social sciences research we prefer Promax in comparison to Verimax. Is there a
See, there are so many methods and there are so many criteria which people have used it. By the way, friends, just pay attention. I have uploaded one paper. All your issues related to EFA can be, see, again, please take it from this workshop that whenever you do research, if you are in doubt, please cite and please see what other authors have done. So if you see this paper, EFA research paper, I want all of you to pay attention to this. This is an EFA papers. This is a method paper. Exploratory factor analysis, a guide to best practice. So here if you see, these authors have given everything that you should use in order to run EFA. So here you see, EFA is a multivariate statistical method that has all those things. However, researchers must make several thoughtful and evidence-based methodological decisions. Whatever you are asking question to me, just find backing for it, find evidence for it. Now, when I was doing EFA, my professor suggested me, and the professor who guided me is a very senior professor. He himself have developed a scale. So, in his workshop, we all got to know that yes, if the difference is not that high, it means that item is loading on two factors. So it is not giving you a clear picture, because the purpose of factor analysis is to get a clear picture. So you should think of deleting it. Let's say if you are not going ahead of factor analysis, there are papers which are written only on EFA, then you can stick with cross-loading, no problem. You can stick with cross-loading, okay, where it is loading heavily it belongs to that, but still there are cross-loading issues. It means people are seeing that item in two different dimensions. Yes?
What you suggested that for the factor loading, the threshold level to retain the item is a 0.50 or around 0.45.
0.4, yes.
Okay, so if the one item loaded a one factor with the loading is a 0.73 or 0.75, and on the other factor it loaded by the item is a 4 point or something, 0.04 or 0.3 something. So why we consider that this is the cross-loading? This is the because
See,
one has
cross-loading is there everywhere, ma'am. To answer you, ma'am, it's a good question. Cross-loading is there everywhere. See, where there is no cross-loading. See, if I see this data, cross-loading is there everywhere. Everywhere cross-loading is there. But you have to see that see, every item should load heavily on one or the other factor. Every item should load somewhere heavily. So where it is loading heavily, it means this belongs to this factor. This item belongs to this factor. Others also it is loading, but heavily it is loading here. But in some places you find that it is loading here also. See, take this case. It is loading here also heavily, and second heavily it is loading here. And this difference, now some people might retain this, some people might delete it. So what I would suggest, if the difference is less than 0.30, think of deleting, because it's a cross-loading issue. This is what I told.
So
And this answers your question.
Okay, so there is a certain it's a kind of acceptable criteria. For example, like for factor loading, it's a 0.50. So for a cross loading, is there any criteria? So we have to consider, because just we are looking over where is the
See, yes, ma'am, there are criteria. To answer you, there are criteria, and for that only I have suggested that you should read methodological papers on EFA.
Okay.
But whatever I am saying, you can practice this and you can produce your results. Cross-loading, if the difference is not greater than 0.30, think of deleting that item and rerunning the analysis. Nobody gets a clear picture. I think it will be a very tall statement to make. Not many people get a clear picture in the first run.
Yes.
So 1 trial, 2 trials, 3 trials, you get a clear picture.
But just I'm curious to know about this factor, because the research scholar need to give the answer at the time of pre-submission and the post-submission, why they are considered it is a cross-loading. Because sometimes they are facing the question, one very important question. Why you have taken the 250 participant? Why not you have taken the 249 participant? Some experts ask such kind of questions. So they are unable to give the answer. So because of that, they should prepare their answers. So
See, again, it's a very valid argument. that please understand the logic of factor analysis. Every item should load heavily on one particular factor, and in other factor it should load less heavily. That's the idea. If one factor is loading heavily on two factors, it means it is not giving you a clear picture. You are not very sure it belongs to which particular factor, because after factor analysis you will go for naming the factor. So when you name the factors, it will be based on the similarity of the set of questions. It will be on and the naming of the factors will be done by you. That is your contribution to the research. Getting? Normally the established convention is, if there are cross-loading issues, think of deleting that item. This is a very scientific and valid argument. But still, if you want even more rigor, you should go for such papers. They have guided on every aspect. Just read this paper. It says what? Exploratory factor analysis is one of a family, all those things. To identify the smallest number of hypothetical constructs, also known as factors, dimensions, latent variables, that can parsimoniously explain the covariation observed among a set of measured variables. Covariance means is a kind of a correlation between the variables. This is to identify the common factors that explain the order and structure among measured variables. See, what is the goal of EFA? You have to find common factor for the indicators. So if you don't get the common factors, it means that item is creating confusion. Is that clear? In the social and behavioral science, factors are assumed to be unobservable characteristic of people. Factors we don't see, these are latent, which are manifested in differences in scores attained by those people on the measured variables. Now if you go down, see that they have given so many arguments, and here they have said EFA is included in many commercial statistical packages, SPSS, SAS, data, and then if you go down somewhere they have said that PCA is not a preferred option for PCA is not factor analysis. At least 3 measured variables are needed for statistical identification of a factor, although more indicators are preferable. I said at least 3 items should be there in a factor. See, it comes from this argument. You remember last factor I have 2 items. If I delete one, what will be left? So that's why I think even if the difference is not 0.30, I'm going to retain it as of now. And rerun, somewhere or the other that items will fit somewhere else there. Fabregat et al. Recommended 4 to 6 indicators per factor. If you are generating items, if you know the factor structure a priori, कम से कम 4-5 रखो, ताकि 1-2 डिलीट हो गया, 3 तो बचे, 3 बचेगा तो ही reliability निकलेगा, नहीं तो क्या reliability निकलेगा? आगे, there are situations where the observed variables are more properly treated as determinants rather than effects of construct. These are called formative indicators, all those stuff. Read this paper, all your queries related to factor will be satisfied. But what I am saying is scientific, you can go and report in your thesis, or you can write in your research papers, or for that matter, if you see this impulsive buying tendency, let us see their paper, what they have done. Best guide is a research paper. Let's see their factor structure. Yes, what they have done. I will share A-star paper also. I have forgotten to share, but there also you see what people have done, and what others have done, you also do that. Yes. Here, can I see the factor structure? No. Have they reported? See, they have reported the loading. See, I think this is the loading that they have reported, and see. See, this is loading, ma'am. Shabana ma'am, it comes to 0.49 also. That's why I'm saying 0.40 के नीचे जाए तो निकाल दो उसको. If the loading is below 0.40, then remove it. 0.4243, you can think of retaining it. Because when you delete, no, there is a loss of data, ma'am. And let data be not lost. And here you see only one they have taken below 0.50, but most of them are above point. Yes, but they have not given this. Okay, let's see Professor Gupta's paper, my research guide's paper. Again, he is a very celebrated author. More than 4,000 citations. Professor Vishal Gupta, I am Ahmedabad. Let's see his paper, and he has reported the loadings. Come on, we'll see his loadings. See the loadings, ma'am. Results of exploratory factor analysis. He has gone up till 0.36 also. And see the difference is, is less than, the difference is less than 0.30. See, but, yes?
But there must be some justification behind this.
See, people, first of all, please understand, ma'am, please understand. This is your research. You have spoken to your people. You have done the content validity, phase validity. It is up to you to delete or not to delete. But one ground is that if there are cross-loading issues, you can think of deleting it. I can even be more liberal. Let me not take a threshold of 0.30. Let me take a threshold of 0.20. It's up to you. But I'm anticipating that if I run CFA on this data, there will be some issues. That's why. But here you see this paper. They have written, here there is a clear picture, no cross-loading. 8.2, no cross-loading. 0.79, no cross-loading. 0.73, no cross-loading. Cross-loading comes only, here also no cross-loading, but only in one item cross-loading has come. But the authors have not deleted it. Authors have written, by the way, technically, by technical standard, these two items should not be there. But authors were mindful that if I delete two items, there will be severe loss of data. So even if the difference is not, even if the difference is great, not that great, they have still retained it.
Is there any impact of the sign of the?
No, sign is normally not considered. In fact, sign is immaterial. Here you see, this is again, this paper is reported in good journal. Let's see what the papers in the West have done. Come on. Let's see LMX MDM, LMX multi-dimensional scale, 1997 paper by Leiden and Maslin, University of Illinois. Yeah, okay. Let's see what they have done. Come on. Your best guide should be a research paper. Again, I am saying this. And here, if you go down, let's see, have they reported? See. This is the paper, a scale development on leader member exchange, having 4 dimensions. See, here cross-loading issue is not that stark. See? But they are very unsure about this item. My supervisor would defend me to others in the organization if I made an honest mistake. They have not made it bold. And then they have written about this item later. See, here the picture is pretty sorted. See, there are no cross-loading issues. If you see this paper, no cross-loading issues. They might have encountered some. See, if you delete the item, then you write why you deleted those items. You mention the name of those items, that these items were deleted because of cross-loading. And cross-loading will come when proper scientific procedures you have not followed. Getting? Okay, take it. This is done. This is sorted. Any query whatsoever? Anybody feels confused? No? Okay, take it. Yes. Okay. So what should I do now? What should I do? Come on. What should I do? First I will take this, just a second, this one, and I'll go to my SPSS output. Okay, and again rerun the analysis. And let's rerun the analysis with a very strong, first of all, rerun the analysis. Come on, analyze, dimension reduction factor, and just delete. Now remove those items. We'll remove one by one. Which is the first one? I find online sessions to be ineffective. Just see where is I find online sessions to be effective. Normally you should name so that things become very easy. I find, now I have to do manually. I find online sessions to be effective. See this one? So this is the item. Now deleting means I am removing this item. Bring it to the left hand side. Second, teaching is not effective in online lectures. Teaching is not effective in online lectures. So where is T? Teaching is not effective. Where is that? Can you see that T word?
Yes.
Teaching is not. Yes. Now this is deleting. Deleting means you not include in the analysis because there are cross-loading issues. Technically there should not be cross-loading. Technically you see Leiden's paper, no cross-loading. Vishal Gupta sir, no cross-loading, only niche do aaya, but he retained it because that is loss of data. Okay. Interaction with teachers is poor in online lectures. See where is interaction here? This one. Interaction with. Okay. Delete it. Then this I find it difficult to concentrate. I find it difficult to concentrate. Normally in workshop I should take a very clean data. It should not create confusion. But in real life data creates confusion. Huh? You should actually, when you actually have your data, then you realize that what's the catch.
But
Okay.
this is good for us, sir.
Yes. Regular online lectures contributes to my stress. So regular online lectures, see this, regular online lectures. Okay. The joy of learning is missing in online lectures. The joy of learning. The joy of learning. Can you see the joy of learning? Upar hai. The joy of learning. Yes. Okay. Okay. The joy of learning is. I experience problem like headache, eye pain, etc. I experience problem. So how many items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let us count 7 items are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 7 I think. So 7 items are there, no? Now read the analysis. Now see, descriptives, KMO Bartlett, extraction, same scree plot and all those things. Rotation, Varimax, okay, keep as it is default. Scores now you can save, but save scores when the picture is clear. Now might be it can so happen that third time also have to run EFA to get a clear picture. Options, let it be sorted by size and okay. Now when I okay, forget about KMO Bartlett, they are passing. Leave communalities. Now how many factors it suggests? How many factors? Somebody said 2. What made you say 2?
2 1 point से नीचे है तो.
Okay, see this, no, see how many factors you should see this. See this is 1, 2, the eigenvalue greater than 1. After 4th it is dropping. But here you see 4 figures. So all 4 factors. See now after dropping 7 items, my cumulative variance has increased. Earlier it was 50, now it is 53. Better now. Picture is getting clear. Okay. Scree plot anyway doesn't make sense. Normally people, when people write PhD thesis, no, some guy says, no, I want 350 pages PhD thesis. Then you should add scree plot. To fill pages. Some guides are very obstinate. Do you know that people have written 1 page PhD, 1 page thesis. Now here, social science research people say at least PhD thesis should be of 500 pages. And the research scholar is confused, what should I write? So, write 10 pages acknowledgement. Then, write whatever you see. PhD is your thesis, you write whatever you want. Okay? Then people go to some data SPSS wala and they will use 70 pages report. And ultimately that 70 pages is nothing. Because in software you put anything, something or the other will come out. So don't, but some people they produce this scree plot. Actually this scree plot, is it telling me something? First factor, second factor, third, fourth, confusion lag raha hai thoda sa. Elbow, where is the elbow? Elbow is here. So as per scree plot 3 factors, but no. But scree plot, it means below 1 if it drops, it means there is any factor. So 7, 2, 1, 1. After 1 you should not see this as a factor. And see, it will give you variance up till wherever there is 1 or above 1. Okay. So now see this. Now see this rotated factor matrix. Now I will copy and I will take it to the Excel lab. Excel lab, I will just take it. I will take it to the side of this. Okay, here I will just, I'll simply paste it, okay, just next to this so that, so that I can compare, okay, yes. Now see, is there a cross loading? See, first factor up till here, picture is pretty sorted, yes. Second factor, see, up till here, picture pretty sorted. Third factor, up till here, picture pretty sorted. Fourth factor I will retain. Now don't delete. Yes, now don't delete. अगर कुछ भी थोड़ा बहुत रहेगा, don't delete it. Let deletion come through CFA now. In CFA also you delete. Getting? In CFA also you delete because of lower loadings. And CFA, PLS SAV is very stringent. Loading lesser than 0.70, it has to be deleted. Hair wrinkle and all are very strict. If you get a loading less than 0.708, delete it. And if you square 0.708, this is 50%. And every item should explain at least 50%. Getting? So see, in EFA also you delete, in CFA also you delete. So now I think so even cross-loading will be start, I will just hold on. Now again see, cross-loading is there or what? No, picture is sorted, see. In second analysis, picture is sorted. Yes or no?
Yes.
Here can you see cross-loading difference greater than or less than 0.30? No. Here you see. Can you see difference less than?
Yes.
Here you can see 50, 30, but no, doesn't matter. I will retain it. I will not delete now. I will not delete now. Even if the difference is, now if I delete no, this number of factor will come down from 4 to 3 now. And there will be huge loss of data. And again, there is no benchmark ki itna 0.3 or 0.2, but this is out of your own experience you use it. And here you see, here also the picture is pretty sorted. Picture is pretty sorted. No difference, and here picture is perfectly sorted. Here also difference is there, but not that meaningful. I will take it. Initially I was strict, later on in the subsequent analysis I am slightly liberal. I will even tolerate if it is less than 0.30. Hope EFA is clear to all of you. Now what I will do? Now I will simply copy this one. I will copy this and paste it in a Word file and report table 2, rotated component matrix. See, I'll show you how to do this. So now all of you just pay attention. I will just merge this, okay, and just keep this in center. Keep this in center. Run EFA, you will enjoy your research, okay. And now what you can do is that let's name this factors, friends. Okay. Now we'll name the factor, friends. All of you just pay attention. Now this is I'm deleting this. This is not wanted, or rather, okay, I want. This is first factor. Let us not delete it. I'll just cut it. Control C, and I will paste it here in another page. Again, this will be your property. Okay, and I'm restricting myself here. And this I will simply, let's say, shift control minus. Okay. Now what we will do, see what I am doing, because I have to report this in table insert. Here I will say factor 1. Here I will say factor 1. Factor. Now this same piece I will take it to my factor 1. Come on. What name will you like to give to this factor? Now this is your consideration. Come on. Yes. See the item and decide one common name. Poor internet network affects my online lectures. Slow internet speed affects my online lectures. Network issue affects my online lectures. Limited internet data with me affects my online lectures. Electricity disruption affects my online classes. Yes, here if you see my research paper, I have called it network and connectivity issues. I have called it. So I have just simply went ahead and called it because it is talking about network connectivity.